Hi everybody. We're going to go through a little bit more of a restorative practice, and I'll invite you to have some props handy. You can have a pillow or bolster, blocks, a blanket, just ready for you to be able to help you move through this practice with ease. And that's the intention of a restore practice, is to find some ease in your body and release in your body. So let's do a little releasing through some gentle movement and some actual restore poses. Okay? So as you come to a comfortable seat, make sure that you can sit well so that your pelvis can tilt a little forward. So I'm actually going to grab my blanket and sit up on this roll just to help me tilt a little bit better. And now as you sit up, take a moment to shift, move your sitting bones. And then with your hands resting down, bring your shoulders up and back, lengthen up through the back of your neck. Close your eyes and take a full deep breath, allowing yourself to tune into being present right here, right now. And as you gently drop your right ear over your right shoulder, take a moment for your breath, tuning into what's present through your neck, your shoulder. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, take left ear over to your left shoulder. And again, take a moment with your breath. Inhale, back up to center. Now tuck your chin down. Keep your shoulders moving up and back. And just gently shake your head no toward the ground. Again, checking out your neck, your shoulders. Maybe you feel it a little further down into your back. And inhale upright. And then grab whatever you have for a prop that feels comfortable to be right out in front of your legs and set your hands down. Or if you feel pretty good in your body to be able to fold a little bit further, then maybe set your elbows down. Find where that is for you and do a little bit of shifting and moving through your torso, through your hips. Give yourself a little chance to notice what might feel stuck or stiff, or use a little TLC. And then take a couple deep breaths. And gently push yourself back up to your hands if you're down on your elbows. And now you're going to take your hand, or you can come with your block, over to just in front of your left knee. Right hand comes to your hip as you turn your belly and your heart a little bit to the right side. Put both shoulder blades onto your back, and then feel free to stretch up if that feels good to your body. Take a deep breath. On your exhale, both hands come down, and you're going to set your right hand on the block or the floor just in front of your right knee. Left hand to your hip as you turn your belly and your heart to the left side. Shoulder blades engage, and then if you want to, you can stretch, top arm to the sky. Take a deep breath. Then inhale back into center. And switch the cross of your legs, so you're giving yourself a little bit of a chance on the second side that's probably not as comfortable. Might feel pretty comfortable to you, but if it doesn't, feel free to add props underneath your knees, or do whatever you need to do to make it comfortable. So then resting your hands on your legs, press down just gently and lift your ribs, lift your heart. Draw your shoulder blades onto your back. And now take ear to shoulder, a couple times on each side. as you come back into center now, tuck your chin down, move your shoulders up and back. And this time with your chin tucking down, you're going to take one of your hands behind the back of your neck and start to squeeze up and down your neck, all the way down into the tops of your shoulders and all the way up toward the base of your skull. And then somewhere in between your head and your neck, squeeze and then shake your head no. And then move your hand a little further up or down and shake your head no. And then again, move it one more time, up or down, and shake your head no. Then inhale back up to center. And now take your hands to the floor in front of you again. And again, you can always have something underneath your hands for support. But this time we're going to take a side stretch out forward. So walk your hands out as far as you need. And again, you can always come down onto your forearms here. But then walk your hands or your elbows over to the left side. So you're getting a little stretch through your right side. Take a big breath. And then walk your hands over to the right side. And again, you can always be down on your elbows or forearms and take a big breath. And then gently back into center. And now you're going to take whatever you're sitting on out, and we're going to come to our deer stretch. So in our deer stretch, we're going to have right leg so that your knee is straight out from your hip. And then your left leg, your knee is straight to the side from your hip. So now you're resting more on your right hip. And from this place, you can stay upright if this is the best place for you to be, or you can walk your way over your leg to come down to a fold, maybe setting your head on something or your torso on something. Take a big deep breath. Then inhale, gently bring yourself back up to your seat, and you're going to switch legs. So bring your left leg out in front of you. And again, think of straight out from your hip with your knee, and then straight to the side of your hip with your knee on your right leg. So left leg straight ahead. And then press down with your fingertips, and again, you're primarily on your left hip right now. Lift your ribs. And then start to work your way out as far as your body is ready for. And again, you can always set your head on something here if you want. Take a big, deep breath and notice what is for you. And then gently bring yourself back up to your seat. And you can move your blocks aside now if you're using one, and find your pillow or bolster to set right in front of you. And then from this place, we're going to turn ourselves to the side. So our pillow or bolster is right up against our left hip. And then bend your knees back. And I'll turn sideways so that you can see this. But your knees bent back can be at whatever angle feels the best to you. But then I'm going to turn my belly and my torso toward my bolster. And I might have to shift where my hips are, I might have to shift where my bolster is, and then I'm going to rest. And as I rest, I can come to a different angle with my legs here if I need to. I can turn my head to the other side if I need to. I can find a different position for my arms if I need to. But take the time to find what works for your body, what feels the best, and take some full breaths. And then gently use your hands to support you, to bring yourself back up to your seat. And you can keep your bolster right where it is, or your pillow right where it is. And you're just going to turn yourself to face the other way. And again, knees bend back, turn your torso toward your bolster, and then start to rest. And take some full deep breaths, and again, adjust the angle of your legs, where your bolster is, the position of your arms, whatever you need to do to find a little bit more comfort and allow yourself to rest. And gently push yourself back up to your seat. And you're turning yourself around, moving your bolster, just so that you can bring your legs out in front of you. And then you're going to put your bolster or pillow underneath your legs to let your legs rest down. And now you can take your legs as wide or as narrow as you want. So you can always have them out a little wider here if that feels better on your low back. But shift your sitting bones, move them back and broad. And then press down with your fingertips, lift your ribs, lift your heart. And then as you start to fold over your legs, you can always reach out and hold your feet, your legs, the floor in front of you. You can always bring your elbows down to your bolster. Use whatever you have. You can come to your hands or your elbows resting on blocks, or fingers behind you to stay sitting up tall. So find where it feels the best to your body here to rest. Your chin tucks in, your eyes can close if you would like. Full deep inhales, long full exhales. remember, if at any point in time your body needs to shift, then please do so. Please make whatever shifts you need to make to be more comfortable. Then gently inhale and bring yourself back up to your seat. You're going to bend your knees and move the pillow or bolster out of the way. And now, feet out at a comfortable distance, take your hands to your knees and move through a gentle cat and cow. Inhaling to lift up tall. Exhaling to press back. 2 more. Full inhale. Long, deep exhale. Then as you inhale and sit tall, you're going to find your bolster again, or you can use a blanket. Okay, so we're going to rest over our bolster or our blanket with our shoulders coming off the end, but our hips and our back are on it. So I'm going to move things aside so that you can see. So I'm going to sit directly on my pillow or bolster, and so if you have more of a short pillow, you might want to grab a second one, okay? So now, as I rest over it, my shoulders are coming off the other side. And then I'm going to shift back so that the tops of my shoulders and my head can be down. My arms open up to a T. And again, I get to shift to however it feels the best on my body here. And then if it feels good, you can stretch your legs out long. This might get a little bit more into that biggest hip flexor in the body called the psoas. If that doesn't feel good, then you can keep your knees bent and touching. Take a couple big deep breaths right here, checking in, noticing what's present, taking the appropriate action for you. Giving yourself permission to find a rest. And if you find at any point in time that you need to shift, then again, feel free, but do so slowly and thoughtfully, finding a little bit more comfort. Now if your legs are extended, gently walk them back in. And now you're going to roll over to one side and push yourself up to your seat and move your pillow or bolster aside. And now shift to your blanket and move your blanket so that you can lay over it. And again, you're going to either sit on it if that feels the best, or you can sit with your hips on the ground, but we're going to instead open up through the shoulders a little bit more here. So opening up through the chest, opening up through
the expansion of your back body around the blanket. And you can extend your legs out long if you want, or you could take them either into a butterfly here with blocks underneath your knees, or you could bend your knees and drop them in together to touch. Make some big, deep inhales. Long, full exhales. Remembering that if at any point in time your body needs to shift, that you're encouraged to. Shift and make yourself just a little bit more comfortable and give yourself permission to rest. Your legs are outstretched, then walk your feet back in. You're going to gently roll over to one side, just enough to move your blanket aside. As you come back down to rest, locate your pillow or bolster and set it underneath your legs. You're welcome to grab your blanket and set it underneath your neck for a little support if you would like. As you begin to rest here, feel free to take hands to your belly, or one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart, or let your arms rest. Full deep inhales, long full exhales, and take the time to shift, to come to that place of stillness. As you bring your awareness back to your breath, start to gently move through fingers and through toes. When you're ready to, bend your knees and roll over to one side. And take a full breath on your side. And then gently push yourself back up to your seat. And from your seat, take a moment to connect hands to your heart, either stacking them one on top of the other or prayer position, your choice. And with your eyes closed, take a few moments to honor yourself for giving yourself a chance for a rest. Have a very peaceful, very beautiful rest of your day.
Namaste. Thanks, you guys. See you soon.